scripture already? Romans 13.
Hey, y'all, turn that bathroom fan on.
Oh, I turned on.
Good. Good.
Yeah, good.
All right, Shalom Israel. Let us give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Rakakadash, the apostles and elders of the great millstone, and Shalom to Lek Abdeh, doing his work of faith and labor with truth and sincerity. All right, brothers, GMS Soldier Faith, New Jersey camp, with another weekly sit down. In the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Lord willing, this segment is edifying. And today's topic we're going to get into is now it's high time to arise up out of sleep. So for somebody just bring out that first precept and just let us start after that.
All right, this is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe."
And the whole point of the matter, it was 2 points out of there for what? That what our salvation is nearer than when we believe. This is why we see us as a people of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, us as the biblical Israelites, waking up, to our true nationality at a very, very rapid rate. Now is the time where the Most High is really putting in, his cards and playing his chess moves as best as, as swift as any chess player you ever seen, man. But they say, Bosch or somebody like that was the greatest chess player that ever lived. Nah, it's the Lord, man, because he's definitely showing his hand in regards. He could lay out his whole hand of what moves he's going to do, and you still can't defeat him, man. And we see that, through us being out there in the highways and byways and us constantly waking up, and Esau can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Read that scripture one more time, Mark.
Romans 13 and 11, "And that, knowing the time, that it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe."
Yeah, and also too, earlier we were just speaking out in the camp, pretty much about how you got people that's walking dead talking about stay awoke. You know what I'm saying? When they don't really know what the true definition of what that means, and that comes from the scriptures. That's why you have that modern day saying out there, because it's already recorded here in the Bible. But what are you waking up to? You're supposed to be waking up to not just the so-called social, economical issues that's going on around you. You got to wake up to your true nationality and who the devil is, man. The scriptures clearly lay all the information out that we will ever need if our people would just pick up the book and look into this information, man. It's out there at a massive rate out there in the highways and byways. I'm saying, according to what Psalms 19, and where day to day and night to night it utters speech. You know what I'm saying? So the information is out there, man. So what is people waiting for, man?
Hey, if I can add too, even to the point of now the big thing is that these designers is showing that they don't like you niggas. Because you got Gucci, I believe it was Prada, and Montclair. They actually, here it is. These products was produced 3 years ago. But they showed clothes in blackface. Now you got the so-called black community really pretty much boycotting these brands in which they spend thousands of dollars upon. So now the Lord is forcing you to wake up out of sleep, but a lot of you niggas still gonna purchase it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you still gonna fall for it. You know what I'm saying? But it's the fact that we're living in a time now to where Jake is waking up to who their oppressor is, and the oppressor that they support really don't like you. You know what I'm saying? I got a quick scripture. This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3. "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." Now your eyes have to be open in order for you to foresee something. First and foremost, you gotta have faith. What's faith? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. The evidence that we possess is the scriptures. And since, America hasn't been destroyed yet, we believe that it's going to happen. The mark of the beast hasn't been mandated yet, which is the chip, but we believe it's going to happen. Us being blessed with spiritual power and reigning in the kingdom of heaven is going to happen, but yet it hasn't happened, but we still believe it. So that's a case and example of us foreseeing, the harsh realities that's about to come to this society. And we hide ourselves within the scriptures. Here it is, like the term goes, hiding in plain sight. People look at us like we in a line of danger. Being out there on the highways and byways. But that's actually the safest place you want to be. You know, you people being cooped up in your house, you know what I'm saying, outside looking in, you know, feeling like you safe and like, damn, they don't know what I believe in. You know, oh, I feel like I'm safe because I ain't out there. Look, the very moment you click on the video, you ain't safe, you know, if the brother's teaching. Because Esau got all of that marked. So here it is, you could be watching all the videos you want, you know what I'm saying? You can believe secretly, you know what I'm saying? But you're not taking that initiative step to be out there on the front line. Look, you in a worse predicament, man. You know, because the people who are simple are those that don't believe in the message that we teaching through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And those are the individuals punished.
Those are the individuals that aren't doing this scripture right here. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1 is, he answered me and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Definite.
People aren't doing that. Our people aren't measuring the time diligently. That's why they're still asleep, you know? If they knew what season and time that we're in right now, you know, you'd be hastening, you'd be doing your best to getting yourself ready for the coming calamities that are coming upon this place, man. You know? You wouldn't be going on the comment boards talking, adding your 2 cents. You'd be listening and taking heed to the true prophets of the Lord, man. You know, and not making a big, you know, little arguments or putting your own vain opinion on it, man. You know, we're above petty arguments about this, that, and the third. You know, we're trying to, like I said, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, man.
Right.
You know, evil means bad times. Okay, so bad times are coming in the form of Jacob's trouble. You know. So instead of these petty arguments and scoffing and scorning and doing all this stuff, you need to be thinking about the wrath that is coming down from Esau Edom, man. You know, coming Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Just a little bit more. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, you know, then shall thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the day that were before thee, even from the beginning. You know, and that's what we call prophecy, man. You know, that's how you could tell who the true men of the Lord is when they speak according to prophecy. The spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man. You know, okay? The word prophet, you know, means to say before it happens, man. Okay? For like as all that is made in the world hath the beginning and the end is manifest.
And that's a precept to Ecclesiastes 3:1. You know, when the scriptures talk about how there's a season and a time under the heavens. Yeah. You know, there's a beginning and there's an end, but guess what? The end is manifest. Baba Kashah, can somebody look up the word manifest through the Merriam-Webster dictionary? Yeah. You know, because the word manifest is a powerful word, you know, meaning it's happening before your eyes, man. You know? Somebody got something?
Yeah. You all mentioned, you know, on how we out there in the highways and byways, you know, how we out there in the highways and byways, and that's actually the safest place for you to be. You know, yeah, we put our face on, you know, on camera and stuff like that, you know, whereas the KKK, they hide their faces, you know, like cowards, but here it is, us putting our face on camera and teaching this word. The brother's absolutely right. This is the safest place to be, man, because ultimately, man, like Proverbs, I believe it's 21:31, safety is of the Lord first and foremost. So we're safe because of Yahweh Bashan Shai, the most high power, okay? But then there's Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16, real quick. It says, let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy. It's bold to show your face on camera. All right, it's bold to go out on the highways and byways and tell this devil that his rulership is up and that we have next, and giving our people a chance to the spirit and power Yahweh Shema Shai to repent. That's a crazy bold thing to do, man. You know, so therefore it says that we obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. You see? So now when that time of need comes, like this brother's going into that time of evil, the time of trouble, Yahweh Shemashah is gonna have mercy upon us for being so bold in his name, man. So on those front lines, man, the safest place that you can be, man, because Yahweh Shemashah is gonna back us in that day, man. So you don't want to be a keyboard warrior. You don't want to be a flyby, Israelite. You want to really get yourself out there, man. And the more bold you can be, the more videos you can put up and, show your face, man, the more Yahweh Shemashah will have you, man.
Yeah, can somebody read the manifest?
Yeah.
Oh, just to land back off the brother Shapar, like you said, you want to have your feet shrouded in the truth, in the preparations of the Lord, man. Having your conversation holy, your mannerism, how you about, like you right. It's no time to be a fly-by Israelite. You should be grounded in this truth and ready and waiting upon Yahweh Shah to return.
Yeah, you want the manifest.
Yeah.
It's manifest from Merriam, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a few of them, but the first one reads, readily perceived by the senses, and especially by the sense of sight.
Right, so by the sense of sight, meaning it's going to happen before your eyes. All right, manifest. Go ahead.
Two, easily understood or recognized by the mind.
Right, easily understood.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it easily understood? Because the men of old that the Lord taught these prophecies to, when we see it today being reincarnated, it's easily understood. Mm-hmm. To know that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. In our eyes, we're saying, oh, that's that's Revelations, 13 and 16. The mark going into Charagma, incision imprinted, can't buy or sell. Oh, it's easily understood. It's manifest in our eyes. That's why this word is given into an election, man. A lot of people out there, you 2/3 of our people, you scoff, you mock, you make mockery of this truth, but little do you know what's at stake, man. Little do you know what's going to be pressured upon you, man.
I can bring out one precept before I get the other definition.
Mm-hmm.
It's Proverbs 14 and 6. A scorner seeketh wisdom and findeth it not, but knowledge is easy unto him that understandeth. And why is knowledge easy to him that understandeth? Why? Because the Lord makes it easily available to us. The Lord manifested unto us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's easy to him that understandeth, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord makes things plain for us to see him. But yeah, he puts a stumbling block before the master of the world so they can't see it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Lord said, make it plain upon tables.
Mm-hmm.
So he may run that reader's feet. The Lord also said, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
Mm-hmm.
That's a representation of the knowledge.
Can you read 2 again?
Two again.
Yeah.
Easily understood or recognized by the mind, obvious.
Recognized by the mind. Here it is, with spirits of old placed into a new flesh. And in this mind of ours, in this carnal flesh, all right, the Lord he opened up our eyes to see, his prophecies, man. So it's recognized by the mind. All right. What is the mind? The mind is lab. All right. It's the Hebrew word. And what does the Lord do with the mind? What he does with the mind, the conscience, and the spirit. Right? He creates you. He helps you become a new creature, to renewing of your mind, the renewing of your spirit, so that you can see what he presented before you, man, so that others can't see because they're worldly, Go ahead.
So, real quick precept. This is Sirach, chapter 39, verse 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked.
Plain unto the holies and stumbling block unto the wicked. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, man. And that's why you guys scoff. You make mockery of this truth as if you want to play down or you want to deceive people. We said this in camp, man. You got scoffers on this page. You got scoffers upon brothers' page, the apostles' page, all brothers all over. But guess what? They're not scoffing us because they think that they could, pervert the gospel to us and make us turn back. It's more so for the listeners, man. It's more so for the hopeful fruit. It's for you guys. They hoping that they can pervert you the gospel know, they can pervert the gospel onto you so that you turn back and not follow the ways of truth. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, Great Millstone got the truth, man. You know, got the 100% truth. There is gonna be 100% truth before Yahweh Shai come. All right. You got something?
You want me to finish reading the definition?
You have research?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Doc.
This is Revelations 3:20. It says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me."
And that any man is an Israelite. Okay? That any man is an Israelite, even if it boils down to a confusion of a face. All right? A guy, a man, you know, that may look like a heathen, but in his spirit, he believes, man. In his spirit, he accepts the gospel of the Lord. He knows the truth. So read that again, Doc.
Revelations 3:20, it says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock."
Even a woman that's of another nation, she could be an Israelite. She could have confusion of face. Go ahead.
If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me. If I could add, brother. And he said, if any man will hear my voice, you know, because this word is going out to the masses, man, but not everybody's going to hear the voice, man. You know, that's why when you go into the parable, which really is not a parable, but it's when you go into like the mark of the beast, man. At the end, he said, "What? Here's wisdom, man," because not everybody can receive wisdom. And also at the same time, when the apostles, they asked Yahweh Shai, "Why speak ye to them in parables?" Yahweh Shai said, "For it is given to you." All right, but for them it is not given. So I'm reading it again. It's, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock."
So we understand that the door represents your mind, your life.
Yeah.
You know, we're out there, right? We're out there on the highways and the byways. We're out there, ambassadors of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, if you will, knocking on the door. Some people open the door and some people don't. You know,
Right.
Vincent.
Not everybody. Not everybody can recognize it. You know, like you might. Some people, oh, what's that at the door? And then some people, what the fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, not everybody can recognize
somebody think it's a damn telemarketer. I ain't gonna answer that.
Yeah. Hey, the Lord said, what's that, Proverbs? When I knock, ye refuse. Is that
When I call,
when I call, ye refuse.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But a Jehovah's Witness to tell you, oh, see, he's not trying to suck. You know what I'm saying? They'll take that literally, you know what I'm saying? Because a Jehovah's Witness will go actually door to door, you know what I'm saying? Knocking, trying to get you to convert, you know what I'm saying? But when the scriptures tell you, go not from house to house, you know, so that's what actually cuts them. They lack understanding.
It says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, come into him and will sup with him, and he with me." You know, because Yahweh Shai understood, even when he walked on the earth, that the men that will get the truth is the ones that his father gave to him, man. That's the prayer that he prayed to the Yahweh in John 17 chapter. Okay?
I got something real quick. This is St. John chapter 10, verse 25. Yahweh Shai answered them, "I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand." So it's nothing that these false teachers can do. You know what I'm saying? Here it is, you got a lot of these false prophets set up teaching heresies with the intent to pluck the elect out of the Lord's hand. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Look, the Lord said, for pretty much their sins are already covered, man. Blessed is he whose sin is already covered and whose spirit is no God. You know, so they already saved. We just don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai already got them. So that's why the elect are programmed to pretty much not let those heresies fall upon their mind, you know, to pretty much tarnish them, you know. And it says, verse 29, "My Father which gave them me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. You know, so even you elites, you can't do nothing because y'all gonna attempt to, threaten us. Y'all gonna attempt to persecute us, put us to death, so to speak, with the intent to pluck us out of the Father's hand. But the dead in Yahweh shall rise first. Amen.
You said before, nobody knows who the elect are. Quick scripture to back you up on that. St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 23. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, there is the anointed, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false anointings and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Going to show that it's not possible, And that's what the whole spirit of the brother from Las Vegas, GMS Vegas sit downs, and Apostle Gabar backing them up with all these guys out here talking about on the comment boards how how everything that we teach through the spirit and power of how about Shemi Shai is false. If you can't offer any evidence to support that, then we should just block you from our channel, man. Just delete your comment, man.
That's right.
There's no point in even talking to you guys.
Hey, we're here for the elect, man.
Yeah.
We're here to teach the elect. There's going to be gainsayers, but they can't gain against this truth. Nor they could pervert the gospel and turn back, those that's up the hope for elect. These brothers brought out scriptures, man. That what? The elect can't be tampered with. What's that in the Apocrypha? Is it Wisdom of Solomon? The Lord said, cluster.
Yeah, that's not real quick.
You got it.
It's Proverbs 14 and 10. The heart knoweth his own bitterness, and a stranger doth not intermeddle with his joy. So even though we prophets on this earth, we got to go through the bitterness because we got to suffer as prophets, and we suffer, as being Israelites with the curse being upon us. But what it said, and the stranger doth not intermeddle with our joy. You know what I'm saying? So you can scoff all you want, you can come at us all you want, but hey, the scriptures also say, let no man take thy crown. So why would we let y'all intermeddle with our joy that we have within Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah? When we know we got the victory already waiting for us, we just got to go out and reach out for that crown, man. We just got to do our due diligence, you know what I'm saying? And the Lord won't provide the rest of the way for us, man. You know what I'm saying? So you can't stop what's on our agenda, because what's on our agenda is what the Lord has in store for us, man.
I got something. Now you mentioned the cluster. I got Isaiah chapter 65, verse 8. Thus saith Yahweh, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. So will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob, and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, which is Yahweh Shai. And mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there. So that even furthermore proves that the Lord doesn't love everybody. The Lord has an election, a circle within a circle. The elect is that winning circle, a part of the circle of Israel, and who the Lord chose from the foundation of earth to receive redemption, man.
Yeah, I got a quick precept. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And that's the election, man. The election won't be ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Even when he come with soothed words, man, soothed sayings, man. Even if he come with a different doctrine, okay? You're supposed to be grounded in this truth. The Lord gonna have your eyes single, man. You're gonna walk the straight gate, And then, with that being said, you're gonna endure in what you know. Sure. That's quick, you know what I mean? I got something else. Y'all brothers got heart. This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
Hey, how does one become strong? You gotta work out. You gotta exercise. You gotta do your reps. And what's reps? Reps are repetition. That's pretty much what it is, repetition. And we know that repetition is the father of learning. So if you're gonna be strong in the Lord, you have to put your reps in. You know, as far as what? Reading. You know, getting involved with this work.
Which is exercising the mind,
Exactly.
exercising your spirit in the truth.
That's it.
That's what you're, you know what I'm saying? Your
So-
strength, yeah.
Like the scripture speak upon. Somebody real quick grab, what's that? Hebrews 5 and 12, if I'm not mistaken.
Hebrews 5 and 12.
Come.
Kinda got it.
Yeah.
Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12 says, "For when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again."
That's right, because here it is, you got certain men that's in their 30s that still don't know this truth. So you're supposed to be even a teacher at that point, but you need somebody to teach you again. And a lot of times the Lord got a young man teaching one that's older. Go ahead.
Which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat.
That's right, because here it is with a baby. You know, you gotta nurse him off of the milk, you know, before you give him solids, before you give him meat. So, in metaphorically speaking, as far as the scriptures, you gotta give one who's new to this truth milk, which is the simple understanding of the scriptures. Like who Yahweh Shai died for, you know what I'm saying? What nation he's for, you know what I'm saying? Who, the name of the Lord, you know, the RFID microchip, mark of the beast, that's all milk. You know what I'm saying? So you get nursed off of the milk, and then you're able to get the meat. Because if you don't understand who Yahweh Shai died for, which are the Israelites, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, how do you expect to understand who the people are that the Apostle Paul went to? You know what I'm saying? That could be me. You know, but here it is. You go over it so many times, the meat even becomes milk. You know, go ahead.
It says, "For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil."
And that's the point. Have their senses exercised. You know what I'm saying? You exercise in order to what? Get strong. You know? And in that particular scripture, it said their senses exercised to be able to discern good and evil. You know what I'm saying? That's the gift of discernment. You know, to be able to separate. Discernment means to cut. You know, to separate what's good for you and what's bad for you. You know, and you have that full understanding by what? Trial and error, which breeds experience. You know?
Yeah, I got a quick precept just to back you up. Brother spoke about how you said in your youth, the Most High calls men in their youth to teach men even older than them. You know, now this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 1. It says, "Remember, now thou creator in the days of thy youth." Meaning, you know, the Lord is going to get those brothers that's young. Even though the Lord could wake up a brother that's even older, but majority of the time it's them young brothers. You know, young brothers. You really, you know, you be calling this truth at a young type of age, and then you be what? Groomed in the spirit of the Lord. It says, "Remember now thou creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened." You know, but that was the point in verse 1. You know?
Yeah, to continue off of that point about, like, you know, the Lord dealing with young men and stuff, I got two precepts real quick. Matter of fact, somebody give me, I think it's Timothy 3 and 12 or 4 and 12, like be an example or something like that. Or if you could look it up. But the first one is Lamentations 3, and I start at verse 24. It says, "The Lord is my portion, saith my soul, therefore will I hope in him. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth." You know what I'm saying? So that's why the Lord, you know, got us as young men out there in the highways and byways. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers waking up in the later teens, you know what I'm saying, early 20s and 30s. Lord need what? Able-bodied men, like how the brother said, the Lord will bring older men in too. But majority you're gonna see out there is young men, man. You know what I'm saying? Who the average older person wouldn't give the time of day to consider their words of any value. Because you would look at it just like on a that's why, you know, the elders and the apostles did some years ago, like your age and the truth is different. Like you can't think just because you're an older person out there in the world, you see us out there as young men, like our words don't have no validity to it, man. This is who the Lord is. The Lord deals with the youth, man. What they say in modern day times. You know what I'm saying? The future belongs to the youth, right? And shit like that. Yeah, children are the future. We the children. We the future. We, Lord willing, we are the kingdom.
Right.
So why not listen to the words that we have to say? You know what I'm saying? Somebody got that? You know, Timothy?
I got it. You got it. You got it.
1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12.
Start at 11.
1 Timothy 4 and 11. It says, these things command and teach. Let no man despise thy youth.
Hey, so these things are supposed to be taught. Let no man despise thy youth. This is one of my favorite scriptures for you old fucking bastards out there that be thinking that somebody that's younger than you can't tell you something in the spirit, man. You always have to have that humble mindset, just like, you know what I'm saying, us brothers being, you know, heads of the camp or whatever. Younger brothers got something to say. Hey, I never know what I can learn or understand from a younger brother as well. You always got to have that level of humility about yourself, because if you don't, then you can't continuously grow if you have a closed-ass mind like that, man.
Right.
This truth is about your mind being open and expanded to all levels of truth within your Yahweh Shemi Shah, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about.
Yeah, I say this, like when we in camp, it's a lot of older heads or older figures, you know, even a woman will come up and look at us and she'll see that, yeah, these guys could be my nephews or something like that, or, you know, my brother, you know, something like that. And they think they can tell us off. They think we don't know shit because they older, you know. But little do you know, the Most High gave us the riches. We rich in knowledge, all right, understanding and wisdom and understanding too. It can actually help you to save your soul. You know, we teach the way of salvation, man. And a lot of these guys out there, they're carnal, they're emotional, and they don't like the fact that, oh, you don't know nothing. Or I knew about being an Israelite back in the 90s. So what?
Yeah.
Well, if you knew that, then why you ain't been teaching? Why come I ain't learned from you? Where was you at when I needed the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding? Where was you at?
They left us to starve.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just like a couple quick examples for the brother finish the scripture, right? Like I was at one of our warehouse jobs, right? And one of the Jake dudes there, he knew how I was on it. He was like, oh yeah, he was like, yo, yeah, I used to be on that like that, whatever. Then he got into some other whole philosophy type of stuff. But then he showed me he had a tattoo. It had like a panther, and then on top of it, it said Black Jew.
Okay.
So you telling me that you used to be on it like that too, or whatever the case may be? Well, if you was really on it, why would you put Black Jew when the Jews are black, you fucking dummy?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're a fucking idiot, man.
Yeah, you
know
just
what I'm
watch
saying?
yourself.
Exactly. And then just another example, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody know, you know, family members not really going to take us serious like that because they know us, but it's just, you know, the point of the matter. And I remember first time, like one of my aunts just seeing me like in a garment or whatever the case may be, and she asked me, oh yeah, what was that about? And as soon as I get to telling her a little bit this and a third, she try to, you know what I'm saying, tell me about fucking Easter and all that. How you gonna come at me and you don't even know the fullness or the depth of what I'm into? You trying to deal with me like I'm the average Christian, like I celebrate Easter and also other type of shit, you know what I'm saying? And the first thing out of my mouth after that shit was like, oh, well, such and such, you're not a scholar, you're not this. Oh, bitch, you just fucked it all up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how the average person be, man. You know what I'm saying? No respect for somebody that's younger than them. You know what I'm saying? That could give them knowledge. And also, one other quick example, and it was beautiful, like Dr. Sebi, he spoke on the fact of when his daughter was born, his daughter's grandmother didn't want the child to be born because she didn't like Dr. Sebi or whatever. But little did she come to find out later on in life when she got in health problems, this little girl saved her life through the herbs. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what you're gonna receive from somebody that's younger than you, man. But yet she could have been sitting there depending on the doctors and them laboratory coats and all of that. Yet this little girl that you didn't want to live helped to save your life. You know what I'm saying? You never know how it's gonna be. That's why the Lord said, let no man despise our youth. But continue on with that.
Come on. Back in 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12.
We out here through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, you know what I'm saying, delivering a message to help save your life, man. The old, the young, whoever, the decrepit, man. We out here giving powerful words through the spirit of the Lord to help you save your life, man. What else greater out there is there than that? Nothing, man. Period. Yeah.
It says, let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity.
Right, so what, till he comes, so we supposed to be an example in all these different things. How we come off with the word, the spirit of truth, you know what I'm saying? Being able to break down the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? Being able to unravel all of the cobwebs that you got in your head and all of the answers to the questions, you know what I'm saying, that you may have, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we all can attest to when we first come into the truth, you got certain questions and things that you want to ask or whatever, and then all of a sudden the Lord just reveal them unto you. I can remember things that I had in my head when I was like 11 and 12 years old. They come into the truth like X amount of years down the line. Now I finally know. You know what I'm saying? And now you feel like that weight of relief up off of your spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So we got to be examples unto these people, you know what I'm saying, to show them what time it is, man. And we do that every single day through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Like what I was getting into earlier, there's nobody out there that can break down truth like that. There's no other books out there that can measure up with the Bible, you know what I'm saying, and give you everything that you need for your spirit, for your salvation. Tell you the things that happened before, the things that are going to happen soon down the line, the things that are happening right this instant as we're speaking, man. It can't get no better than that, man. What more do you fucking people want, man? You know what I mean?
Precept. Hey, you got more?
You got it.
This is Romans chapter 1, verse 18. Oh, let me shout out to the brother Shalom, brother Chief Cornerstone, that's Kalab. Hey, Shalom, I wish you could be here, brother. It says Romans 1 and 18. For the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, who hold the truth in unrighteousness, because that which may be known of the Most High is manifest in them, for the Most High have showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, that they are without excuse, because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High, neither were thankful, but became vain, and their imaginations and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible power into an image made like to corruptible men.
Hey, professing yourself to be wise, you become fools. We can deal with anybody out there who may have a college degree, whatever type of degree, whatever piece of paper given to them by Esau, and we get shut down through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. A brother 6 months in his truth could shut down one of these motherfuckers, man.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because what? The wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man.
Hey, if the Lord was to continue for this world, then the Lord, let me say this, if the Lord would continue for this world, that's why the scripture say if it had balm,
Give a palm if she could be healed.
if she could be healed. If she could be healed.
Yeah.
So if America could be healed, that means that Esau would repent, but he can't, right? Because it said if she could be healed. It can't be. Give her balm, meaning medicine, right? You all the top elites, all the specialists into science, they will start listening and saying, whoa, we know how it works then.
Yeah.
Now it wouldn't be these so-called scholars and guys these Edomites that take on these groups and college campuses, speakers, and they be talking about how to body it, and them Edomites think that this guy is so deep. He's a rich Edomite that got time on his hand. He sit there and contemplate and think about everything, but never gets it right. But he's telling them how the body works. When you die, we can do this, and it has to be an afterlife, or if not, like, they come up with all types of theories.
It's complicated shit.
How the universe was created.
Yeah, but guess what? The Most High is not for America, man. It's not for Babylon. All right, this place has got to be destroyed, man. Because if it would, they'd be listening. They'd be listening. They would have take up, the information, all right, and they'd be, like Esau he does. He always steal. He would have been listening to the apostles. He would have listened to the elders. He would have listened to brother shows, and he would have been putting everything into use and trying to make this place better. You know what I'm saying? He would have put laws up there that you gotta worship Yahweh Shah. He would have came out himself. The name of the Lord is Yahweh. And we would have been, oh, but guess what? The Lord ain't for this place, man. So all you fucking I'm gonna say it like that. Cherry love picking ass motherfuckers. All right, y'all can sit here and try to fight for this place all you want. The Lord is destroying this place, man. Inside out, outside in, man.
Right, because if the Lord was for this country, that means we would be in captivity longer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and he said what? That we are going to inherit the world. You know what I'm saying? We are going to inherit the kingdom. We can't inherit the kingdom if America prolongs. So America has to. So he can give us the kingdom. Not only that, the Lord said it pleases him to give us the kingdom. The Lord wants to feel that pleasure as well.
I got some going back to being young. This is 2 Kings chapter 21, start at verse 1. It says Manasseh was 12 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 55 years in Jerusalem, and his mother name was Hezekiah.
Hey, you heard that? I gotta emphasize that. 12 years old and began to reign, man. That's how you know the Lord deals with the youth. He deals with the young, man. All right? This is why we out there for the hopeful elect. We dealing with the young. Because the young in spirit, no matter what their physical flesh age is, but they young in spirit. You got brothers that'll be 30, 40, 50, and they'll be watching the shows and be like, damn, I didn't get this much. I went to church 12 years, but I learned this much in 1 week. People told us this before. Y'all learned so much from you. Look, that woman, when we was up the hill in Irvington, that woman came across the camp, she said, much from you guys in 1 month.
Oh, yeah.
And I learned in church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That happens a lot.
That's because they don't read out the book in these churches. You know what I'm saying? We coming out the book.
The good book.
Another one. 2 Kings 22:1 says Josiah was 8 years old when he began to reign. Ooh. See, so the point is you gotta that goes back into our history, man. Us being Israelites, you can have young kings, man. You can have people younger than you that just so happen to be over you, man. And it's in this case, the way that it was set up, man, they started ruling when they were super young over the whole nation of Israel, man. All right, so this is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 21 says, "Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?" And
Jake right now is a degenerate plant, man. You can't get a nigga, to act right for nothing because ignorant is on a pedestal. I'm telling you, ignorant is so more highly than to you to be righteous. That dude, Daylight, the battle rapper with the tattoo on his face, in his video, it sticks with me because he said, today and age is so wicked. He said, if you try, his words, he said, if you try to help somebody, they'll turn around and kill you for helping them. And I was like, damn, because they will. That's how bad it is. If you tell a woman, look, you can't jump from man to man, they look at you like, nigga, who the hell is you talking about? What is you talking about?
Mind your business.
Mind your business.
That's Zechariah 7 and 11.
Con, man, because back in the days, man, we knew that, man. We knew that you could have a young person over you, but he was still able to gain wisdom. All right, that was even in the book of Job, man. He was like, even though I may be younger, if I could add wisdom. And Job, hello,
Elihu.
yeah, calm. And Job actually hearkened up to him, man, because we knew, anybody could shed wisdom, man. But now it's like, old heads is like, fuck out, you can't tell me nothing, man. That's them going to that degenerate plant. But for just what brother said real quick, Sirach chapter 1 and 25, it says the parables of knowledge are in the treasures of wisdom, but godliness is an abomination to a sinner. See, so just as how we look at two homosexuals making out, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how they look at when we say you only can have one man. Like, what? We looking at them sideways, they looking at us sideways. So something gotta give, man. That's why your house y'all gotta come back and set shit fucking right, man. Excuse my language, man. Cause we can't keep looking at each other sideways the
Ain't
whole
no
time.
excuse your language. I let that shit fly.
Yeah, come on.
Fuck out of here. That's how we feel.
It's funny you said that, 'cause I experienced that this morning, man. I was simply saying, like, look, this co-worker of mine, she was a little pissed off that her boyfriend wasn't answering the phone all night while she was at work. Well, let the man play, man. He's young, you know what I'm saying? He got some money in his pocket, you know what I'm saying? You can have more women if you want to.
Right.
All three of these women was ready to chew my head off, man. I had it with the analogy, would you want to eat lasagna every night?
And that's the genetic makeup anyway. You rather be lied to about your man is faithful or be knowing the truth. If you think that he is, what the Lord said, he put a strong delusion over you. Because every man is going to dibble and dabble with another woman. May not all the time throughout the year, but it's sometime out the year he is. And just like we know, your woman would do the same. We're looking for the woman that will be in the kingdom, man. That we're going to bring to the kingdom, man. The ones that's really going to live for this truth, live in the spirit and fear of the Lord, and obey by this word, man. But that's the kingdom status. So we know vice versa, even our woman, because we don't put it past it. Man, your woman could be doing something right now. You're not home. You're here doing a video with brothers. You do faithfully every week. They see it's a pattern. They know that you ain't here. They know regular what time you get home. Man, no telling what they doing. So we don't trust them either. But guess what? The Lord allowed us to deal with what we have, man. And this is why we search and we seek and pray harder more for the kingdom. Pray harder more for the kingdom because we want out of this trash, man. This is trash.
Yeah,
this is trash, man.
Yeah, so you said to add to the brother. It's a little lengthy. It says Job 32, and I'm gonna start at the top. So these three men ceased to answer Job because he was righteous in his own eyes. Then was kindled the wrath of Elihu, the son of Barachel, the Buzite, of the kindred of Ram. Against Job was his wrath kindled because he justified himself rather than God. Also against his three friends was his wrath kindled because they had found no answer and yet had condemned Job. Now Elihu had waited till Job had...
That's his three friends, right?
32.
There's three friends? There's three?
Yeah.
Oh,
if I can add, that's like a lot of these people here it is, they trying to condemn us, but they ain't got the answers. You know what I'm saying? Like I believe Apostle Bar says, they telling us what it ain't, but they can't tell us what it is. You know what I'm saying? So what? Judgment's gonna fall upon you. You know what I mean? We know we got the truth, but you can't even counter, our truth.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you can't try to tear one thing down if you ain't got the solution.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
that's you need something to put in place of that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's Tommy Sotomayor. He can break you down. He can dissect you. He can make you, he can break every piece of the body of you, but he cannot rebuild you. He go on. That's why his platform, I ain't even talk about this guy, but that's the spirit said it because I said it about him. He could break you down, but he cannot rebuild you. He could talk about the black woman all the time. He could talk about us and say this and that, what bad we do, but he can never give you instructions on what good you should do. His following instructions is from Esau. You know, and this is why he's getting love from more Esau. Now he's walking around here with the Trump hat, looking for controversy when he go out, so he can do shows on it and make money off of it. I'm telling you, that guy saw me so I'm like, yo, yeah, he does a good job talking about the black woman because she need her ass whooped verbally, you know, either through the spirit of the Lord or by a man that actually sees the shit we see, you know. But guess what? He can't build you back up. Now the spirit of the Lord beat you women down, but guess what? We go in the scriptures that tell you what the Lord said. You can't women, you know. Matter of fact, Bible Kushai, get that just for edification's sake. Yeah, you know, because the Lord will beat you down, break you down, but build you back up. You know, it's a reason why the Lord has the spirit to attack you women. And now women getting emotional and letting these like cherry big black gorilla black ass, you know, talking her shit, you know, cause she mad cause nobody wants her, you know, cause she got raped by somebody in the world, you know. You want to come at us like we did that to you. We don't want you, man. You know, go ahead. I hate that woman, yo.
Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9.
Yeah.
Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters.
Right, that's it. I mean, you could keep reading, but we ain't gonna turn this into the woman topic. But there you go. He said, read it again now.
It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters.
Hear my voice, meaning the Lord, the Lord will beat you up, but he's saying now, listen, because it's the reason why I'm tearing you down. You are part of his line. You're a part of his seed. You're an Israelite, but you gotta follow order. You gotta follow the way. Plain and simple, man. Plain and simple. You gotta know your lot. You gotta know who you are and the position you playing amongst your husband, man. You gotta know what's good and what's bad. What's inbound and what's out of bounds. Plain and simple. That's it. I don't want to turn this into that, you know, but that shit was on my mind because you said that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. You had something else? Because I don't want to turn it into that woman shit, man. You know?
Finish this off. You know, and it says, start again, Job 32 and 3, and against his 3 friends was his wrath kindled because they had found no answer and yet had condemned Job. You know, like brother was saying as well. You know, the Bible, all right? That's also how you can tell a true judge, man. Is like the brother was going into earlier, Ken, to where he's not just one-dimensional, man. You know, he can get into all, you know, the herbs. He can get into, rebuking. You know, like the scriptures say, the scriptures used to rebuke, to reprove, to exhort, or long-suffering. Okay? So it says, now Elihu had waited till Job had spoken because they were elder than he. You know, also, you know, touching on the point that the brother Shapal was saying, when Elihu saw that there was no answer in the mouth of these 3 men, then his wrath was kindled. And Elihu, the son of Barachel, the Buzite, answered and said, I am young, and ye are very old, wherefore I was afraid, and durst not shoot you mine opinion. All right? But the point is that the Most High, he deals with young men, man. Because the Most High, he put his spirit in Elihu, man. You know, because they, like the scriptures say, how he saw that there was no judgment. All right, and what was that? Isaiah, in the book of Isaiah. You know, so he stepped in, man.
Well, read what he said on verse 8.
Oh, Khan. It says, jumping to verse 8, but there is a spirit in man and an inspiration of the Almighty, giveth them understanding. It says, great men are not always wise.
Yeah, great men are not always wise. All right, we were talking before about those with theologians, scholars, and all that stuff. Great men, also great in age.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead.
It says, neither do the aged understand judgment.
Matter of fact, an example, not to cut you off, Martin Luther King,
Right.
Malcolm X, he's considered great men, right?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And like you said, you know, the hardest opposition to even try to convince in his truth, which, you know, Yahweh Shimei Shai gets the increase, but the number one people that can't get it is those older in age, man. You know, when really, like we said before, we're trying to help you. You know, like a quick example in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, Esau Edom doesn't care who he oppresses. Like right here, it says in Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 10, it says, let us oppress the poor righteous man let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hair of the age. So this devil is coming out to kill you too. You know, when that wrath in Revelation 12 and 12 comes, you know, he's not just coming after the young men. He's not coming after battling those that are going to go take it to the streets and have race riots and all that stuff. He's coming for the age. He's going to oppress the poor righteous man, you know, and you're going to be among that number, man. You know, so we're trying to help you and tell you these things that Esau, that the scriptures tell you what's on Esau's mind, man. You know, you women are going to be trotted down as the mire in the street. You know, we ain't gonna get into women like the brother said, but it has to be said because the brother mentioned the word manifest, right? How it's gonna be, how you're gonna be able to see it is gonna be clear and in your face. You ain't gonna be able to deny it, right? Micah 7:10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, right? It shall be made plain. It shall be made manifest who the devil is, who you're trying to defend. You know, the number one guard, the number one pit bull guard dog for Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is the damn nigger woman, man. You know, but she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her. When, you know, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Hey, you had a video. Damn, one of the brothers put it up where this woman said, what's going on, if the Lord doesn't come back by 2019, you guys are just gonna have to do something else. Remember you saw that video, man?
She thought she was cute.
The damn nerve of you nigga woman, man. Yeah. When you see it, when it's made manifest unto you, man, shame is gonna cover you, man.
She was an ex-IUIC member, a wife of one of those men. She fell all the way out. Yeah. She left him. And then she fell out of the truth and mocked the truth after she was once believing in it. Right. And who said, well, I don't know what IUIC is pushing, but who said that the Lord was coming back in 2019? Yeah. You know, now we hope that he do. Yeah. We hasten the day that he will. We pray that he do, but there's no day and time, or set moment that is officially this is when he said he's coming back. We don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and who are you to put a time limit on the Lord? Be like, well, if he doesn't come back by 2019,
y'all need to stop.
Then y'all just need to stop. Yeah. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah. Who the hell are you? The nerve of you women, man.
Real quick, man. You mentioned you mentioned all the old heads again, man, and how the devil's gonna show his horns because look, man, Esau is the damn devil. All right, you can check his track record, his history, and even in the scriptures it says he regarded not the old, man. Right. Okay. Scripture say he had no mercy unto the ancient. All right. So that same devil is going to come back because during this government shutdown, when it was on, they were starting in, the SSI check or something like that. I don't know what it's called because I ain't old, man. But I saw it on the news.
Pension?
Yeah, the pension.
He got you being old. I know that.
Hey, but they said it on the news that in like the Section 8, it was affecting them the most, man. At first. Their living arrangements, how they how the elderly gets helped out with their houses, it was affecting them the most, man. All right, so when that government shutdown comes back, the elderly ain't gonna be able to have their nice little apartments no more on their own, man. They're gonna get put out. They're gonna have to move back in with their grown man ass son. He's like 50 already. And they're gonna have their elderly back in their houses, or if they don't got kids, they're gonna be on the street. You're gonna see that same devil that did not show mercy to the ancient, man. Yeah. He's coming right back, man. That same devil from slavery, man.
Hey, but check this out. What type of fucking life can you have anyway retiring? What's the retirement age now? What, 62, 65?
No, it's I think they upped it. Yeah, they upped it.
They upped it even past 65?
Is it 66, 67? I think it's up. It went up though from 65. Yeah.
What type of life you gonna live after that? And yo, look, right, on my job, and these motherfuckers trying to tell me, don't worry, you gonna be a lifer here, you gonna be here 30 years, shit, you can kiss my ass, America can blow the fuck up before I be here 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Yo, these motherfuckers, right, you got motherfuckers on the job, so some 2 more years, okay, I get, and they add it up, y'all get $2,500 a month. $2,500 a month.
That's good enough.
Hey, yo, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that ain't
Like, I don't live. Look, I don't
Like you
live.
pay rent or something. That's it. That's
Exactly.
done.
Like, I don't
That's
live
it.
no extravagant life. The
Yes.
most money that I spend on a month is on food. Honestly, is on, you know what I mean, shit like that. And I can't live off of that. And especially the area where I'm at, I can't live off of that. Like, what the fuck is that? You know, it's like being real. What the fuck is that, man? You got people in the fucking hood living off of $250 checks a fucking week.
Yeah.
What type of life is that, man?
Yeah.
You living in a fucking studio, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, going to the fucking store, getting fucking steel reserves, looking like a goddamn addict, man.
Being depleted as
You know
a
what I'm
man.
saying?
Hey, as a man, see, what Esau did, he took away us from living off the land. We lived off the land, you know, you was able to have substance, you was able to bargain, you know, trade, and have better than what? You was able to have multiple wives, which helps out in the family, you know? You was able to do certain things. When he stripped us and put us into this rat maze of this system, which is the image of his beast, he subjected us to small things. Now, we got to find a way through his system to make ends meet, you know, and the best ones to make ends meet is the ones that's wickedly. You got to sell your soul. If you really want to make money in society, I'm going to give you the secret, yo. I'm going to give you guys a secret for you wicked demons out there. If you really want to make money in this society, you have to sell your soul. You got to be wicked. You got to be willing to do what it do to be, to get the fame, to get all that money, that lifestyle you want to live. You got to be willing to give it all up. Sacrifice your family member. You got to be willing to do all that, man.
You can't do it on your own.
Yeah, and I'm
Illuminati got to come at you. You can't just go and shoot your friend in the ass.
But I say that, I say all that to say this too. I say that to say this too. You know, in all types of avenues. May not Illuminati come at them or whatever for them to be that rich. They got to be willing in themselves to say, in order for you to be rich in this kingdom, you gotta say to yourself, I don't give a fuck about nothing. This is my goal. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be this. Yeah. And you're willing to say, well, my family, oh, fuck it, I don't care. You know, and do, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be willing, even if Illuminati or the Rock, whatever, one of them damn wicked ass demons come to you and try to give you the world, you know? That's Satan, man. You got to sell your soul. So that's the secret. It's really not a secret, but that's what it is. So if you really want to be that successful, get down with the get down, man. We're not about that shit. We don't care for that shit, man. You know?
Yo, and that shit is so true too. Cause I remember I was working at Continental. You know, at Continental, you meet so many people there. It's like everybody that actually works there don't actually need to have that job. Some people have their own businesses and their own companies. They just work there part-time for the flight benefits and shit like that. It's smart, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when I was there, I met one dude and shit, and he was an actual a manager for the rap group, The Clips and shit. And he showed, I seen the nigga, he was in videos and he showed me all of this shit, you know what I'm saying? Had different rappers' contact numbers. He was cool with Tommy Hilfiger's son. He said that was like his brother. Anything he need, he could go to Tommy Hilfiger. And he was trying to like bring me along, put me on some books to read and trying to bring me along. He was like, yo, the type of attitude you gotta have, the type of attitude I got. He's like, all I care about is this, what I'm trying to do right now, is to try to make it. He was like, yo, I don't give a fuck about my family if they have a funeral or anything. He's like, yo, you can say I sold my soul. Yeah. When he said that shit, I got instantly, and I was nowhere near the truth, but I got instantly turned the fuck off by that shit, man.
No integrity.
You got men today in 2019, February the 9th, today the 9th, right?
Yeah.
Selling their soul to be YouTubers, man, on a low level.
Yeah.
I've seen bloggers, I ain't gonna mention their name, but we all watch a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And this guy, you know, he has some integrity. He's just like, yo, I'm not willing to sell my soul for this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he was basically breaking down the math. He was breaking down the truth. He was like, look, if I do videos on social media about certain rappers, I'm gonna get 100 and plus and get all these views. But as soon as I try to make a video and try to say doomsday prep, tell you dudes about the government, conspiracy, so-called conspiracy stuff, he don't get shit. You know? Yeah. And he was like how YouTube was cutting his money because he getting paid. And I was sitting there listening to this shit and I'm like, damn, see? So that means you selling your soul just to be a damn blogger or a YouTuber. Yeah. You know? And because of the engine of YouTube, they'll fund you more money if you talk about the bullshit. But if you go to start talking about some truth, prepare yourself for the government, this and that, they gonna cut your funds, yo.
Hey, just how I was bringing out a couple weeks ago.
Wake the fuck up, man.
And they even stopped people from commenting on the video that I had put up. So I did a video based off of Tommy Sotomayor video, because he did a video talking about, he's like, okay, it's okay for everybody to talk about R. Kelly, but he's about, how about we talk about these rabbis that be putting their mouth on the baby penises. When he did that video, they demonetized his whole channel off of that one video, because he talked about them so-called, the whole channel.
And then checked his ass for the next future of the videos. Then after that came out with his big videos as far as the Hebrew Israelites up there.
Yeah.
He had the hat on. Yeah, he knew then what
He's
avenue
doing
he
more
had to
videos
stay
like
in.
that now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they whooped that ass. They chastised him.
Exactly. That shows you where the real people with real integrity come at, man. Because they doing this YouTube thing for a check, man. We doing out there doing this for the spirit of Yahweh, Shah, for our salvation, man.
Hey, Salaki, I'll say this. You got Hebrew Israelites, yo. You got Hebrew Israelite men, all right, that's monetizing videos teaching this truth, man. You know? This is why Esau can't have his way with the word, because we're not looking to get paid off this word. This is all free. This is all from the free will of the Lord, Yahweh Shah, first and foremost, and brothers out of their own time sacrifice. Brothers, all brothers work, got families, got time on their own, doing what they do. But we come together faithfully, consistently through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shah, and to put this work out there each year, each week, each month. And they can't do shit because it's like, I can't hinder them from nothing. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to demonize them. I'm going to try to scare them with scare tactics and all that. Fuck Edomites, man. You know?
Hey, real quick, like Apostle Ron said, like years ago, like, cause it was one brother, but he was by himself and he was doing that, but so he could get like equipment and shit like that. So it's not wrong with that.
Yeah.
But if you trying to do it, like monetize the works of the Lord just for you to live off of, no. You know? If you need some equipment or some shit and you having a hard time, that's understandable. But if you trying to do this shit to live off this shit, nah, nigga, where's your integrity at?
That's why they got those app-based jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find another avenue. You know, the Lord also said, freely receive, freely give. Buy the truth, sell it not. You know what I'm saying? It's real.
And I'm going to tell you another secret. You want to be a YouTuber? You want to be a YouTuber? This is what you do. You make a page. First off, you have something who you want to get into, right? Something that you think people would come to, generate to, you know, they're interested in. And what you do, you pay for your views. You pay for your comments. You pay for your likes. You do that off the rip. You got to do that a few times. I'm giving y'all the script. If you want to be a demon, go be a demon, man.
You can't do that no more. They ban that shit.
Nah, if you well, yeah, they banned certain sites, but you could use YouTube. But yeah, you're right. They did. But it's still, it's still shit there to tweet there. I've seen this one particular camp that ain't of Great Millstone, and this guy I seen from, and I don't even know how to subscribe to him. I don't know how that came about. But anyway, man, I'm just telling you skinny. All you gotta do is pay for the shit. Once you pay for the shit, people gonna think that you getting those views, so they gonna come to you. This is how much these people are zombies. Because if they see views and they see, oh, that got like 1.2K. Oh, that got like such like that gotta be popular. They in there like this, they looking at you, they paying attention to everything you're saying. Just because they're looking at views, they think you're so important. You're fooling them. Then once that you do that, now you actually get a good audience. You get a couple of, your numbers gonna go down though, but then you build from there. That's how YouTube works, man.
That's the fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Shit. That's compared just like how we was talking about in camp earlier, like how the poor man's words are despised. But if you rich, people will cling on to every word that you gotta say. It's the same thing, man.
Yeah. Fucking demons. That's how we know us men of the Lord, Yahweh Shah here at Great Millstone, man. We know that shit. That shit ain't about nothing, man. Brothers in this truth could have been something in the world, man. Professionals at whatever it was that it was. We come from different walks of life, man. Where brothers sacrificed and gave that shit up, man. This day and age today is about social media. That's how you network, through social media. You got people becoming millionaires or becoming superstars overnight over a minute and 12-second video clips.
That shit.
Dudes can't do stand-up comedy for nothing, but they could make you laugh. They could make you laugh hard as hell from 1:50 out of a video, but they can't do stand-up comedy for shit.
I got some. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73, verse 12. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches.
See, prosper in the world, you're going to increase in the carnal riches. We hope the Lord helps us prosper in the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of his riches, man. You know, brothers want to grow and be on a level and be ready for the day of the battle. And that's just the truth, man.
I got something else. Ecclesiastes 10:6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. So we know, I read it again. Ecclesiastes 10:6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. And you know, folly represents, you know, silliness, man. You know, so silliness is set in great dignity, and the word dignity here means formal reserve or seriousness of manner, appearance, or language. It says the quality or state of being worthy, honored, or esteemed. It says high rank, office, or position, title of nobility or honor. So, hey man, you know, when you be super silly and you be super retarded on social media, guess what? You become in a state of being worthy, you're honored, and you're esteemed, you're of a high rank and office.
Is that not prophecy, man?
Yeah.
Folly is set in great dignity.
Scriptures never lie.
Like, what more to folly in that alone? Like, come on, like, you can't see that.
Yeah, and if you want to see some retarded shit, it's this guy MK Slack, man. And he seriously acts like he's retarded. And you never see him when he acts normal. And this motherfucker gets so hundreds of thousands of views. And he made this one video where somebody's like, oh, I was just watching your videos, man. See, so that's that high regard, man. That's that honerness, man. He saw him and he was happy. He was like a celebrity. He's like, yo, I was just watching your videos, man. And he's acting retarded, man. You know? So if you want to, hey, the brother said, if you want the key to success, just all you gotta do is act retarded, man.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be deemed with dignity.
You know what you can do? Go kill yourself on camera. You're gonna be rich forever.
That's why.
So go try that out. First YouTube, set a trend on killing yourself on camera, man.
Get rich or die trying.
Yeah, man, I stumble upon people on YouTube that literally get thousands of views for having people watching them eat ice or eat food. And they just sit there with a bowl of ice in front of them and they start crunching on the shit.
Yo, this is
10,000 views.
Yo, the fat nigga that be chugging fucking 2-liter sodas and fucking Hawaiian punches and shit. Yo, nigga drinking a whole bottle of hot sauce, fat Jake nigga, man. What the
Can't
fuck
make
type of
this
shit
shit up.
is that, man?
That's how he noticed the end, man. That's why the title of this video. The title of this video is "It is high time to wake out of sleep," man. Hey, Baba Kashad, can somebody get that scripture, Romans, 13:11, and look up in the blue letter high, you know?
You got an Edomite that had a 40 pizza rolls challenge, man.
You know?
Motherfucker ate 40 pizza rolls in under 2 minutes, man.
And here it is. You got brothers across the world, man. All right, that's teaching this truth, man. And they're putting out videos. And you mean to tell me this brother gets one video? He by himself. He gets one video on his page. He gets 2 videos because he might get a clickbait title. 3 videos. He might get a video, might shoot 50. He can't get 100 and 200 views. They controlling this shit, man. Come on, brothers got channels and faithfully putting in work after work after work. Why is that page not growing? Why is it not being? Well, it is growing because it's the Lord said, none of our works is in vain. You know, but when you're supposed to see it, as far as the carnal, he's like, well, I seen how this brother began, and I see where it should be now. You know, well, that's what's up. But that's how we know it's not about views, and it's not about the multitude. It's about the remnant, man. And that's beautiful how the Lord did that because that's just power. That's so much power, man. If you recognize that, that's power, man. You know, in the small, man. You know, because it's this truth is for the elect, the selected, elected, man. You know.
Yeah, it goes to show you, like the brother had this read. He read you can read that one more time, Slocky, brother.
Definition of dignity.
Precept, Ecclesiastes 10 and 6, I think.
Come on, yep, I got you real quick. Ecclesiastes, right?
A few more precepts.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Right, and the rich sit in low place. In this world, the rich are esteemed. Going to show you that the real rich are the prophets, man. The ones who got the word, man. You know? But, you know, this world, like the scripture say, they call evil good and good evil, man. You know? So good for you, you hate, man. You know, like the brother get into the herbs, which really a lot of the herbs is disgusting, man. You know, but it's good for you.
Bitter herbs.
Yeah.
Some of them smell like shit.
Word.
And you know what I was thinking while you were speaking too? Another thing is that we're not boasting in the riches that we have of the Lord. But we gotta set the boundary, we gotta make things known because it's so much folly that's being esteemed.
Yeah.
You know, on high levels, like you said, high regard. It's so much folly that's put on a pedestal, man.
Yeah.
That we gotta make mention that the Lord's riches is better than that. You know?
Milk cereal bath challenge.
It's crazy. Fuck is
Are
that?
you serious?
If Fat Boy SSE covered himself in Cheetos in the bathtub,
Yes.
and that shit get like 100.
Motherfuckers was doing the what's the challenge from the movie Bird? Motherfuckers doing the bird box challenge.
Yeah.
Hurting themselves, man. Over that dumbass shit. Yeah, driving like that, getting in accidents, all types of bird box challenge. The fuck is wrong with you people, man?
Yeah. Hey, let me get this precept by your brothers could chime in. I'm just gonna read it through. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able. Matter of fact, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be. Z did it. Yeah, I was about to say that. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and 12. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities.
Real quick, the definition of, it said resist the wiles of the devil. Definition of wile, a trick or strategy for ensnaring or deception.
That's social media. That's when you make your video and they don't let your views show you or your audience how many people actually watched.
Yeah.
Or that's them when they come on your comment board and they'll wait a couple of days later and they'll put a comment on your video. The shit. You sure the shit?
Yeah, Glob just texted me and says they fucking with.
Alright, we up.
We good.
Yeah, look like it. Satan don't want that information to go out. Cause it's truth, man. You know, stopping see he got you know what it says. Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. And you said you went into the word.
Yeah. The definition of wile, a trick or stratagem practiced for ensnaring or deception.
See? Snaring or deception. And like we got into, that's your social media. You know, that's on the minds of the simple. The views, the likes, the comments. You know, they'll comment on your page 2 days, 3 days, a week later, and they hoping that you don't go and respond to it and let it stay up so it could make people not accept the information that was given on the video. You know? It's all trickery.
Because they had another retarded thing. It was like the Boot Gang Challenge. That whole lot of gang shit challenge. And my nephew, man, which he's like 16, you know, I be talking to him, man, and he knows about the truth, man. He's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he fell victim to that shit. Him and his friends do the whole lot of gang shit challenge, doing fucking stupid shit out in public. You know what I'm saying? To get themselves in trouble and shit. To where they keep doing that whole lot of gang shit challenge, they gonna end up in jail and shit. So I'm talking to my nephew about it, like, yo, man, come on, You don't see that that's some Esau stupid shit, man?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and pretty much he's seen it like, damn, you're right, man. So Esau with these goddamn fucking challenges, man, that's also going into the wiles of the devil, man. He wanna see young Jake locked up, man. You know, a whole lot of gang shit challenge, man. So that you can end up in jail, man.
Mm-hmm. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. That's witchcraft, man. That's what we're fighting against. Verse 13, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod in the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance, perseverance, and supplication for all saints, and for me that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly and make known the mysteries of the gospel. You know, that's the point.
Yeah, so with that, hey, like the title lesson, now is high time to arise up out of sleep, man. And, the state that Jake in, man, is just you gotta. This shit is really that stupid. You have no choice but to look at it because it's that fucking stupid. But at the same time, it makes you angry, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, whether you people like it or not, you're gonna wake up out of that sleep. It might be too late when you wake the fuck up, but eventually you're gonna wake the fuck up. It's just on when you wake up, man. You know what I'm saying? So, until then, we just gonna keep doing what we doing, man. I'm saying till the Lord drop bombs on this bitch, Esau come get us, put us, whatever the case may be, man. You know what I'm saying? So, brothers, just hold the faith, stay strong out there in the midst of all the adversity, the bullshit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? We're in the midst of the Passover season, the heavy spirits and stuff that's out there right now. You know what I'm saying? So brace yourselves and just be strong, man. During the Passover season and stuff get hectic, but weather the storm, man. So, with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Number one, to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to like up there, doing this work of faith, for labor, love, true sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.